was younger. I kind of started going out and just busking on my own, playing guitar, singing songs, and then that just kind of became who I was. But it's empty. I think Cork has a lot of culture, also because of the fact that Ireland is very musical. If you're a musician, you basically know everybody who plays music in Cork. So my mum is like a classical flute player and piano player. So I grew up very much with classical music at home. I was lucky that my mum was so good that she was able to teach me and teach my brother and give us a type of ear. And you listen to things in a certain way.
I think being French in Ireland and then being Irish in France, we have always felt somehow neither. The French way of playing is kind of perfectionist. Everything has to be so meticulous and perfect. And then the Irish, kind of the opposite. No matter how sloppy the playing is, it's about what story you're telling through it.
1 year old.
C'est ça, regarde.
Was that my microphone?
Oui.
Mom obviously wanted me to be a singer.
No.
A microphone present.
That's because you never stop singing. You're always singing.
I think I grew up very fast. My mom left my real dad when I was about 4. It was a really hard time on one side. We had all this really tough, dark stuff. As a kid, you're not that aware at first of certain things. My mom and finding out that her kids are being abused, and then like, what do you do? It could have taken like a good few years anyway for her to get sole custody. It took a long time. On the other hand, amongst all that stuff that was happening for years, we also had this incredible relationship between my mom and my brother and I. I think through music and through our family and through my mom, if we had this just escape.
It's such a good way to be able to express ourselves. There's things that you cannot say with words that you can say with music.
One of my friends, she was in this amazing music school in Somerset called Wells Cathedral School, and it was like a specialist classical music school. And I was like, well, obviously that's what I want to do.
It was a very expensive school that I couldn't afford to put him through. But he said, it's okay, I'm just going to do the audition and I'll just get a scholarship.
A couple of months later, I found out that I got in, and then found out that I got a full scholarship. I think I spent hours and hours practicing songwriting and producing every day. And then I just went to like so many open mics. England was so different to Ireland, and I didn't realize how different it was. And just like I would do here, I'd walk up to someone and be like, hey man, that was cool, like we should hang out sometime and be friends and make music and whatever. And people were just so different. People were like, what are you on about?
But I don't think it stopped him doing anything. It never changed his mind.
He has been dedicated, focused since like age 15 or earlier.
The thing about Cian was that like anything he did, he was unbelievable at it.
If he had decided to do something, there was nothing that would stop him.
I loved skateboarding. Skateboarding and classical music, weirdly enough, I think are so similar. You have to do something really, really difficult that you can't do, and you have to just spend enough hours at it until you get it.
Cian was the kind of kid who just relished in trying anything. Passion for it was unbound. Like every week he would come in with new ideas, bigger dreams, more excitement. Is there a cap on this?
The first time that I got into busking was me and my brother and a friend of mine. We formed like a little jazz trio, and we sat up on a corner outside of this bar called the Oliver Plunkett. 5 or 10 minutes in, like everyone from the bar had come outside to listen to us.
More impressive when you see an 8 or 9 year old heading off with his guitar on his own, going to the bus. If I could have been more like that as a 12-year-old, I'd say he had more of an influence on me.
He had a clear goal of what he wanted to do, and it wasn't clear to us what he was doing, but it all kind of started to make sense over time.
I see him doing what he's always wanted to do. It's almost like it was not going to be any other way.
I think it's just so important for people, like if they want to do something and that's what they're passionate about, that they do it. Like that is the whole purpose of life, and that it's something that is bringing joy to them and to others.
This album is the result of his personality. He has never given up.
If you ever want to fall in love, if you ever want to beg,
just doing what I love. So if I can keep doing what I love for the rest of my life for more and more people, that's all I can ask for.